fresh out of surgery in the hospital still, waiting for my ride. Cottons, Evans, Achilles lengthening. I'm still in some pain. I was in a lot of pain coming out, but it's manageable. They gave me 3 shots of Toradol and then a fourth one that begins with a D. Here's my leg. Maybe I could have got this to y'all sooner. I'll be documenting my journey. I'll be documenting my recovery journey. They said the cast will be 6 to 8 months. They said the surgery was successful. They did everything that they had planned to do. My foot was in really bad shape from flat foot all my life and a basketball injury. And then, I probably should have had this done about 15, 20 years ago. But better late than never, and may my journey help you on your journey. I'll do some more posting very, 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 very soon. Okay, so I'm back. I'm home. Mine was a same day go home. Preferably, I would have stayed in the hospital. However, my insurance wouldn't cover me staying, which is fine because I'm home and I'm cool. I'm single man. I live alone. Here's my foot, y'all. Here's my foot now. Here's my foot. I just has it laid up a little bit. In future, I'll give y'all better views and stuff like that. Hold on. So now I'll go into some stories about the day that may help y'all prepare for day one. Some of the things that I did that was good. Some of the things that I think that was a mistake. Mistake number one in pre-op preparation. Make sure when you set up stations. Make sure you set up stations wherever you feel like you're going to be. So I have a station set up by my couch in my living room where I'm at now. I have a station set up in my bedroom. So sometimes you'll see me do videos in my bedroom. Sometimes you'll see me do videos out here. Maybe I can even do different angles if I chose to. So I didn't notice at the time that I was going to do videos on my recovery, but this is what I'm deciding to do right now. But also, when I say make sure your setup is properly, and a mistake that I made, I have a pin. I might have got mad and threw it. I don't even know if I threw it. I probably should have. And the pin doesn't write. So instead of taking notes, I really can't take notes the way I want to because I'm tired of getting up and down. It's a lot of work for me. So I'm tired of getting up and down. My pen don't work. So make sure even little things like your pen is working. If you want a little station. I have some water set up here and I have water set up there. So if I need water, I have a little garbage can. I have paper towels and napkins, for like if I need to wash my hands or food. Everything is set up. I have everything set up the way that I perceived that I would have liked it. Now going into the surgery, I'll give y'all more tidbits later, but again, going to the surgery, make sure that your living spaces and your living areas are set up properly. I got proper walkways. I have a room that I'm a single man. I live alone, 2-bedroom apartment. All the stuff that I think would have just been in the way, I put it in my guest room and I cleared out as much stuff as possible. So going into the surgery, I was nervous, but I was confident. They corrected a flat foot that I've had since I was a child, and I also got hurt in a basketball tournament about 20 years ago. And instead of getting any sort of surgery done then, which probably would have been this surgery, I didn't because I was in grad school. I had to drop out of grad school, and then I chose rehab over surgery. Maybe I could, besides dropping out of school or taking a semester off or a year off. Maybe I should have gotten the surgery a lot sooner, because then it just been up and out the way when I was younger. But I was having fun. I was living all right life during that time. I'm living all right life now, but that was that situation. And going into the surgery, I was optimistic because I know it's something that needs to be done. I've been walking in so much pain. You never know what day is the day that's going to make your foot hurt, where that nerve is gonna hit, that tendon is gonna excuse me, that's outside New York City. If y'all want to know, I'm from New York City. You never know, where that pain is gonna come from. And the issue with my right foot led to furthering knee damage. So I have arthritis in both my knees, and I have some Achilles issues in my left. And the doctors has shared with me, and even the orthopedic has shared with me that it's probably the issue with my right foot that's throwing my equilibrium off and affecting all those different things. So that's a second reason that I decided to do the surgery. And then ultimately, when you're 70, 80, 90, I'm 46 at the moment. I know I don't look 46. I'm a young 46. I can definitely pass for 35. I'm 35 from the knees up. I'm 35 from the knees up. I'm thinking about 70, 80, 90. Everybody life is different. I'm just under the firm belief that, me as a 45-year-old man now, by the time I'm 80 will be what 60 is today. That's what I believe. And I want to be one of those people who can move around freely, as pain-free as possible. Hopefully by then they'll be able to do something with arthritis in the knees and stuff like that. So that's another reason that I decided to get into the surgery. So I was optimistic knowing that the pain was going to be over soon, and also know that I was doing the right thing for the future, even though I was still nervous. You never want to go under anesthesia and they tell you they put a tube down your throat. You never know it's a tube down your throat. They all up in my foot. Thank you to my doctor. I don't know if I should say his name, so I won't say his name, but it was a moment when the doctor came to see me before the surgery. He was not very personal at all, but he has a great reputation that precedes him. Very confident man, very likable man. It was a moment where he was just like looking at my foot, and it was like I wasn't there. And I felt like the reason I said not personable, because I didn't feel like his relationship was with me. This may sound weird, maybe he might be an OnlyFans subscription or something like that. But I felt like he had a relationship with my foot, and he was looking at the foot. He was taking a look at it, and then he touched my foot, and it was a loving touch towards my foot, such as, we're gonna fix you. We're gonna get you. You're gonna get you better. You're gonna get better. We're gonna get you better. It wasn't to me. He didn't look at me like, Rashad, it's gonna be okay. He looked at my foot, and he touched my foot. And the look on his face was, I'm very good with reading faces. I read faces extremely well and body language extremely well. The look he had, it was in the energy he put out towards my foot was like, we're going to get you. He didn't double tap it, but it was more like, we're going to get you right. And that brought a real sense of calm over me. And I was already calm. I was already excited because it was like, I got a long road ahead. I'll use that opportunity to tell you about it now. I'm supposed to be in this cast for 6 to 8 weeks. I'm supposed to be in this cast 6 to 8 weeks. Maybe I might even want to just look at my foot and not me. I'm supposed to be in this cast for 6 to 8 weeks. Then I'm supposed to be in the boot 4 to 6 weeks. Then the rehab starts again. From the research that I've done on my own, my doctors, the residents, nobody said this to me. This is just my own research. I'm not a doctor. I feel like it's going to be 6 months to a year before full recovery. And probably more likely, we'll see. Let's put it that way. What I keep telling myself over and over again is be patient. Be patient. Maybe it's going to take longer than I think. Maybe for me to get the real long-term benefits that I'm looking for when I'm 80, 90, 100, it may take 12 months, 18 months. This is me talking. This is not clinic. This is not doctoral advice, but I'm kind of preparing myself like, hey, I may not be able to move and shake the way that I want to in 2026. Today is November 25th, 2025. I may not be able to move and shake the way I really want to. I love to travel. If you want to stay on my page for tour to Africa or moving to the African continent, this is the page for you also. I guess I would call this a side quest, a side series. And but maybe you might not be able to travel in 2026. Maybe 2026 is going to be a year where you could just focus on your business projects, rest, relaxation, getting back in the gym, which I was in the gym before my surgery, and working out and getting really strong. In 2027, late 2026, 2027 is the year where you may feel better, traveling, being on planes, trekking. I know people, excuse me. Oh, the anesthesia, whatever it is, I've been having hiccups. This was worse earlier, heartburn. The heartburn might be from something else. I actually forgot to take my heartburn medication. Not medication, but Sometimes I suffer from acid reflux. It's not something that I need all the time, but occasionally I do suffer from acid reflux, and I was having a little flare up. But today, before today, today I really had bad hiccups, and this is the first time I hiccuped up in about an hour or so. I'm maybe about it's 5:30 p.m. I probably came out of surgery around 12. I probably woke up from anesthesia about 12 o'clock. So the surgery I think was from about 8 a.m. till about 11 a.m. And I think I got out the anesthesia around 12. I remember the first time I looked at the clock, it was 12:15. And I know I was up for a little bit before that, so I'm going to say 12 o'clock. Um, um, I guess I was a little shocked. They already told me I'd be going home the same day. The nurses weren't too attentive after the surgery. The nurses and the anesthesiologist very attentive before the surgery. After the surgery, it's kind of like, all right, you're done. And I was kind of like, well, my foot is like this is major foot surgery. Why are you acting like, hey, yeah. All right, you're done. That was a little shocker. I don't know if that's just normal in the sense of, no, the foot surgery is done. You wrapped up right. You got your pain medicine, go home. They gave me oxycodone, 5 milligrams. I'm pretty sure if it wasn't such a bad fentanyl drug epidemic in the United States, I probably would have got a larger dose, but I understand. And again, I have health insurance. So I guess if I had a better insurance, or a situation where I had a more relationship with the doctor's office, like if it was a private doctor, maybe then they knew me, maybe then they could have trusted me with like 10 milligrams or something like that. But I ain't really stressing it like that so far. The pain on a scale of 1 to 10, I say, in the doctor's office is totally, it's sore. It's sore. I think beforehand I did a really good job at stretching and doing pre-op exercises. I did the proper pre-op stretches. Like I said, if I really thought about it on a serious note, I would have definitely spent some time. I would have. Excuse me. See, I shouldn't have done that at all. I should have just left it on my foot. I would have definitely spent some more time. I would have showed y'all some of the pre-op exercises that I did. I don't know. I should have it. I have like a leg massager, something that I was using to massage my calves, something I was using to massage my shins, the side of the shins, whatever you call that. And even my foot, that was, to help loosen, keep everything stretched and loose. So I heard that you deal with soreness. I guess I'm dealing with soreness right now. So now I'm in the house. I feel pretty all right. I think I did good pre-prep. My house could have been cleaner. My house could have been more clean. I could have done some other, back end stuff. But sometimes, you never get it perfect. And, do the best that you can. Sometimes your best is actually more than enough. It may not, even though you may not have done perfect, your best could be way more than enough. It's like back in the day when they say 65, 70 to pass, sometimes a 85 is more than enough to get you on an honor roll. 90 is more than enough to get you on an honor roll. It's not enough, so be confident that with your pre-prep, feel comfortable with your doctor. I felt comfortable with my doctor. I know I said the nurses got rid of me in the end, but just in generally speaking, they are nice people. Nobody was rude. Nobody was nasty. It just felt a little less personal at the end. It was like they just put me back in the room, and it was like, all right, where your people at? Where the person pick you up? Do you want to do you need to learn how to use crutches, or do you don't? I did the physical therapy, so it was maybe about a 10-15 minute session where I learned how to work on my crutches. So that was fine. I have a recovery plan. I want to learn French, so I have the French book. I have some YouTube channels. I have Anki. I have my Duolingo. I have an app. I have a language learning app. I won't say their name because I'm mad at them about something. I know, right? So I'm prepared. I have some audiobooks I want to listen to. I have a book that I want to read. But the book is in my bedroom. The book is in my bedroom, so I will show y'all the book I want to read. I won't tell y'all, but I will show y'all the book that I want to read. Plus, I have my bookshelf right here that y'all seen already. So I have a plan. I want to take some training courses. I want to meditate. I want to actually use this time as a blessing. I'm not active on my feet, but this may be a time when I can come out with several brand new skills and, things of that nature. So before I go, is there anything else that I feel like I got my first day that I feel like I should let y'all know? You have a 15-minute grace period. I was late for mine. At 6:15, I was literally downstairs from the hospital. They asked me to be there at 6. At 6:15, I was literally 1 minute away from the hospital. And the phone calls came in at exactly 6:15. So, you get that 15-minute grace period, but don't use it. I went in, everything was fine. And off the top of my head, maybe if I forget something and I remember before I post it, because I'm not going to do too much editing. I'm not going to do too much editing. Yes, I'm sore. It's more soreness than pain, I think. We'll see how much pain, we'll see how I am. It's 2 days before Thanksgiving. It's Tuesday, November 25th. Thanksgiving is November 27th. Thanksgiving is at my sister's house, and it's about a total of 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's 14 of us. I'm not sure if I'm going. As of now, I'm not sure if I'm going. I want to practice walking on my crutches in the house. I would have to have my sister set up a nice place for me. I would have to feel like I have enough space to be safe, but at the same time, I don't want to kind of ruin it for anyone else. Because obviously I'm just out of surgery and I don't want to mess things up. I don't want to mess anything up at any point in the surgery. So maybe I'll give you an update. Maybe I'll give you another update tomorrow. My updates all won't be long like this. Only when I feel like I have like some things to tell. So maybe you might find an update that's like 2-3 minutes, or I might just have a quick story for y'all.